Kaiser Chiefs there with I Predict a Riot. And, well, we could be predicting a riot at the Golf National this week in France, where it hosts the Ryder Cup of 2018. And it's, of course, between the USA and Europe, where really it's a bit of a mixed one, really, Joe, because 2 years ago, the USA absolutely thrashed Europe pretty much. They had the dream team, and really 2 years on, the teams haven't really changed that much, but there's a little bit of hope for Europe because of the fact that it's on home soil. The atmosphere will be on their side for most of them. And, of course, the Ryder Cup is crazy. The atmosphere is completely different to any major golf tournament or to any just normal PGA Tour tournament. But I'm so excited, Joe. Who do you think? I mean, when you look into this, you look at the forms, you look at the major winners over the last 2 years since the last Ryder Cup, and it's been dominated by American players. I think we've only had 2 European winners go on to win majors in those 2 years, and that's Sergio Garcia and Francesco Molinari. Does that, do you think, help USA at all, or does it not matter on the week?
Well, let's be honest, with the Ryder Cup, sometimes form goes out the window, doesn't it? And
it does.
The pressure gets to players, and at times. I was looking at the number one, the chart. You got Justin Rose number one, and then the next, 3 out the top 4 are American. So that's another interesting stat, and I can't tell you the names off the top of my head who the other ones were out the top 4. I should have noticed it down in hindsight, but it's really interesting. Obviously, America coming into this as favourites, but you saying that you're that far behind, really, I know that this would mean America winning the trophy, but obviously it can be drawn, the tournament.
It still go to America.
It wouldn't surprise me to see a draw in there and America taking the trophy back home, sadly.
But I think that's what I love about the Ryder Cup. You know, it's really not about the individuals. It really is a team sport, because I remember 6 years ago, on the final day, it was USA's to win, and somehow Europe came back fighting because the likes of Justin Rose and Sergio Garcia, you know, they don't win majors week in, week out.
Aguero then, didn't you?
I know, he's still in my head, which is not good for a United fan. This is horrible. But you look at it and think these are the game changers, and this is what Thomas Bourne has done again, the captain for Europe. He has picked the team players of Ian Poulter. I mean, Ian Poulter is a legend in the Ryder Cup.
Those fancy trousers as well. Those
fancy trousers and his come on kind of attitude when even if it's just a simple putt, he's just wants Europe to win it. But when you look at the team, you know, we've got some major winners in there. I mean, Rory McIlroy was an obvious choice. Tommy Fleetwood's been on good form over the last few majors, Joe. He's always been in the top 10, but on the final day, he's always not helped himself. I have this worry that Fleetwood might be a bit of a problem for Thomas Bourne.
It's Ryder Cup debut, is it?
I think it might be, yes.
So, yeah. It's an interesting one. We'll see how he gets on all over the days and see whether the pressure gets to him later on. You never know, he might be one of those that wins the Ryder Cup for Europe. He could be an inspired choice.
Yeah, exactly. Ian Poulter, as I mentioned, Justin Rose, we'll talk about him because he is the FedEx Cup winners of yesterday, which means he gets to take home $10 million, which isn't bad. Obviously didn't win the Tour Championship yesterday, but the overall rankings ending the PGA Tour season had him at number 1. Joe, is it me, or is Justin Rose going to be the man to watch because he is the number 1? Because I personally don't think so.
First of all, like I say, Justin, you can send some of that 10 million my way if you like. And second of all,
Did you help him win or something?
Nah.
Or you just taking credit?
Just like a bit of the 10 million, just a nice gesture, you know.
There was an interview of Justin Rose yesterday where they mentioned it to him, and his wife was next to him, you know, and you get to take home that $10 million. And his face was like, oh, I forgot about that part. So it was clearly a nice bonus for him.
Obviously, he's a quality player. He's the one that everyone's going to look out for with him being world number 1. It's going to be interesting. Like me and you were talking on our WhatsApp, wasn't it, at the weekend, about Tiger Woods and Justin Rose, comparing the two just for a bit of a laugh. And I come up with the tagline, didn't I? Will Tiger trample the rose? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, because everyone's going to say, because Tiger Woods obviously won at the weekend, didn't he? So everyone's going to be comparing who you called the GOAT. You called him the greatest of all time.
I would not call him that, but yeah, go on.
That's what you did over the weekend on the text.
No.
Oh, Tiger. Tiger, that's what you called on the...
Did I?
Yeah, you said on the text, he's nothing compared to the GOAT, and I was like, he's the real one.
Yeah,
but I couldn't figure out if you're being serious or winding me up, because...
I was probably winding you up.
But people will compare Tiger with his 80 titles to Justin Rose, and obviously with them both being in form, it's going to be an interesting battle. It'll be interesting when in the singles, if one of those two get pitted against one another to see who comes out on
I
top.
would love to see a Rose Tiger Woods match. That's got to happen, hasn't it, on the Saturday for sure. But you look at this USA team though. I can't look past it.
Bison DeChambeau.
Look at this: Brooks Koepka, Tony Finau, Ricky Fowler. You got Dustin Johnson, a former world number one. You got Mickelson.
Spieth.
You got Spieth. You got Justin Thomas, the USPGA winner from last year. Bubba Watson, a 2-time Masters winner. And let's not forget the man who won the Tour Championship yesterday, Tiger Woods. Can I just say, 5 years ago, he last won his PGA title. That was his 79th. Yesterday, it was his 80th. Now, Tiger Woods is on the best form of his life in those 5 years because he was a runner-up at the USPGA last month. He was a runner-up at the Open back in July. Tiger Woods is back. He's back, baby. And what a time for it for Jim Furyk, the captain for USA.
Let's not just get too carried away just yet. He has just won a tournament, but come on.
This is Tiger Woods, man.
It's Tiger Woods, but like you said, 5 years. 5 years is a long, long
A
time.
lot of injuries.
But on Bubba Watson, he missed out last time, didn't he? He was one of their vice captains, wasn't he, or something? Because he missed out. And I think he'll be back and he'll be hungry.
Matt Kuchar as well. You know, this is how elite this team is. Matt Kuchar can't even make the lineup. And instead he's a vice captain. So that just says it all for USA.
Just so strong.
Just so strong. Of course, there is a debut for Bryson DeChambeau, who, well, it's funny because everyone else wears golf caps, you know, just like normal ones, but he loves having flat caps, his good old Puma flat caps. The one threat for me is from 2 years ago was when Patrick Reed faced McIlroy back in the USA when they were up against each other on the Sunday, and Patrick Reed battered Rory McIlroy in that final match, and that was
Is that the ideology that we use in golf? He
battered him. Absolutely battered. He had him for breakfast. Well, dinner because it was in the evening. But Joe, do you think as well Patrick Reed is another one to watch?
Yeah, obviously he won the Masters this year as well. Didn't
He did win the Masters, yeah.
Obviously he's still on a high from that. He's proves what quality player he is if he can win the Masters. It's going to be interesting to see how the battles are. It's obviously hard to comment early on with the fact that we don't know who's playing each other in the singles and the doubles and the the footballs. So, but obviously, like you said, it's just unbelievable the quality in that USA squad. Words can't describe.
Words can't describe. So, which golfer then, Joe? Out of both teams, you've got to pick one golfer. Of course, there's 12 players for each one, so 24. Which golfer will be the game changer at the Ryder Cup?
Oof. Can you scroll back down? I'll pick
Down.
the USA
well,
first.
Here's the USA team. You've seen most of them there. He's looking now. He's not sure. I must admit, I think it's
Jordan Spieth's always obviously key player. Ricky Fowler does well at every Ryder Cup. He's always played a big part. Be interested to see how Dustin Johnson gets on. I reckon he could be big in that.
I think it's obvious for me. John Ram for the European team. He's been always up there. He had a great Tour Championship yesterday, and he's one of those where I worry for him, where he's going to have like a Sergio Garcia kind of career, where you're always up there but a runner-up in these tournaments. But hopefully he'll finally get some major glory at some point in the future.
Sergio a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
Last year.
Green
But
jacket.
as I say, it could have been a lot more for Sergio Garcia. Let's not forget the Open 2007 Championship when he missed that famous putt against Podrick Harrington and still to this day hasn't got a claret jug under his name. So anyway, the Ryder Cup, as mentioned, it starts on Friday.
Come on, Europe.
And come on, Europe. Can they regain it?